Y'all, welcome to the last little tutorial in this little mini series of how to build an origin for your rectangle. And the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and import your XY point header so it knows what we're working with. So XY point dot header looks good. So now again you see I got rid of everything except the stuff we always have. And that's kind of a lot of stuff. They should make like one little keyword for that. But anyways, moving on. What we need is a rectangle object for our rectangle class, and we need a separate point object. And later we're going to be, well, you'll see. Rectangle, not rectangle. Rectangle, there we go, that's a little bit better. We'll name this object R, and we'll set this equal to rectangle alec init, and we'll make another object, and this is going to be the point object, xy point, and we'll just name it start p, give it a nice short name, xy point, alec some space for it, and initialize the object. So now we have two objects. We have a rectangle and a point. The first thing we want to do is take that point and set the x and y. Hold on a second, I have an itch in my ear. Oh yeah, right there. Oh, I'm good to go now. Anyways, what we want to do is take that P object, and this is, remember, whenever we're working with point object, we're working from within the XY point class, and remember, we have a set XY method to set the X and Y points. So if you see right here, what it does is we pass it the first number and it sets it to X, and we pass it the second number and it sets it to Y, and then it has an X and a Y value. So let's go ahead and just do that right now. That kind of looks like sexy. Cool. And let's go ahead and pass it 100 and 300. So now our origin is just a blank origin floating in space, is 100 over 1, 2, 300 up. So somewhere around right here actually. How convenient. So now what we want to do is make our rectangle. A rectangle set width and height, and we made this pretty much the same way. So let's make ours 6 by 8. Again, it doesn't really matter what you make it for this tutorial. So now we have just an origin chilling and a rectangle chilling, not related at all. So what we want to do is go ahead and actually relate those. And check this out. Our rectangle has a property named origin right here, but nothing's assigned to it yet. So what we want to do is take our rectangle object, take the origin property, and we want to set it equal to that P object, which is that point or origin. So now our rectangle has an origin of 100, 300. So not only does it have a width and a height right now, it also has an origin. Pretty cool. So now, let's not do that. So now our rectangle is good to go. Let's just go ahead and print out everything. I mean, I can print out the width and height, I guess. ns log at and height is %i, %i. Nothing too fancy here. So let's just go ahead and put r dot width, and this is going to be the width property of the rectangle, and r dot height. There we go. What the H is this? That's a pretty cool way to write it, actually. But, you know, I'll get an error. But ns log at, and let's just go ahead and print out the origin now. So origin is at %i, %i. So what the heck am I typing? And now, in order to get the origin, check this out. Our rectangle has an origin object, right? But that origin object has properties x and y. So in order to do that, we call r the origin and then x. So now we need to call it for y. Rectangle has an origin, and that origin has x and y value. We got to specify what one we want. So that should be good right there if my math is correct. ns, what math you're talking about? I don't know. So ns log, last we want to log the area and parameter, or perimeter. What is parameter? Oh yeah, I always forget that. Area and perimeter r, not is. R %I and %I respectively. But we won't type respectively because I don't know how to spell it. JK. Our area and our perimeter. See, I think we should be good right now. You know, we'll see when we get 800 errors. But anyways, once we're done with all our objects, we're done with the rectangle, we can release that. And I am done with this point. So we can go ahead and release that. So now let's run this baby and see how many errors we get. Oh, none, not bad. So let's go ahead and check this out. Make sure it works. The width and height is 6 for width, 8 for height, just like we passed it. The origin is at 100, 300 of the rectangle. Good so far. And the area and perimeter methods still work. So one last time, what we did is we made a rectangle object so we can pretty much make a rectangle. We made a point object named P. And this was pretty much the origin or point. I use those terms interchangeably, by the way. A little late to tell you now. So we made a random point on the screen, and we made a random rectangle, and then we took and assigned that point to the rectangle, and then we just printed out everything to make sure it works. And don't forget, the rectangle has an origin object, and that origin has properties X and Y. So that's how you get those right there. And then the rest of this stuff was from the last tutorial. It still works. We're just making sure we didn't mess up anything in the class. So that's all the time I have for you for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching this little mini series. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial. It's going to be awesome. Don't forget, if you want the source code, click on the link below this video and it'll take you to my forum. It's all there for you guys for free, so you don't have to type all this in. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you later.